I'm going to tell you a story, an autobiography about myself growing up. Not in exact sequence, but I will skip around in my memories. I was born in Middletown, Connecticut in 1937. My parents were hearing. My two oldest siblings were hearing. To explain my childhood and growing up, a typical holiday dinner would look something like this. Relatives would come to the house and we would all sit around the table. And every year it was the same thing. Thanksgiving or Christmas, everyone would be talking and chatting, and then somebody would laugh, and I would tap a person and say, what was so funny? And every time it was the same thing. They would say, I'll tell you later, and that meant they never would tell me. So one time I decided to write about a deaf person, Laurent Clair. I left Gallaudet for 6 months, researched about Clair. I went to Connecticut and gathered all this information about Clair, and I wrote this play about him. It was called Laurent Clair, a profile. It was got a really great response from the audience. They got to learn about Clair. And the second play that I wrote led me to write more and more and more. The third play was called Hands. It was a signing play. Gallaudet students would make things up and put it out there, and we'd act it out. The next one was called What. Here's the different signs for what. And our touring company took it on the road. Oh, and I remember there was a children's play that I wrote. I did a play every year, but I thought about it and I wrote a play based on Aladdin and his magic lamp. So I wrote that for children, and it was very enjoyable. Then later, about 10 years went by, I decided to write 2. 10 years and the end was Can Do, a review. That I wrote last year. After DPN, Deaf President Now, that gave me encouragement to write a play.